Hey guys. Hey, I just wanted to introduce or unveil, I guess unveil is probably a wrong way to say it, but maybe just introduce the new plan for this semester at least, and maybe for the year, we'll see. But it's something that we're calling the DevoCollective. And basically it's pretty simple. What you're doing is, if you feel like the Lord's teaching you, maybe through it's a particular devotional that you just did, or maybe it's through a message that you heard or something like that, that you would just take a quick video of yourself going through maybe some of the things that you're learning, and then also pose some discussion questions. And so, and then what we do is we'd upload it to this collective, this bank through the Box app, and then we'll actually watch these videos on Sunday mornings, maybe just one video per Sunday morning together, and we'll break up into discussion groups to kind of discuss the way that Lord could teach us through one another. And that's why we call it the DevoCollective, because hopefully collectively we can just keep adding to this bank of devotionals. And so the guidelines are really simple. You can think of it as ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC, it's got to be appropriate, brief, and Christ-centered. And then 1, 2, 3, just one passage, 2 thoughts, and maybe three discussion questions for the group. And so just to give you an example, I was reading through Acts 2 the other day, and you're probably familiar with the passage, but I'll just read it to you really quick. And if the passage is too long, just say the passage. It's Acts 2, 42 through 47. I'll try to knock it out really quick. But it says, "And they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. And awe came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles. And all who believed were together and had all things in common. And they were selling their possessions and belongings and distributing the proceeds to all as any had need. And day by day, attending the temple, together and breaking bread in their homes, they received their food in glad and generous hearts, praising God, having favor with all people. And the Lord added to their number day by day those who were being saved." So that's my one passage, and a couple thoughts. You know, when you read verse 42, "And they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, the fellowship, the breaking of bread, and to prayer," that word "devoted" really just stuck out. That, in other words, there was this commitment. There's this commitment to one another, commitment to the word, commitment to the fellowship, or commitment to one another, right? And then a commitment to the breaking bread, committing to eating together, and to prayer, right? And this wasn't just individual things like I'm going to commit individually to the word, to prayer, to eating, right, by myself. But this was that there was commitment to these things together, right? And as a result of that, they experienced many signs, wonders through the apostles and through the teaching. And then you jump down to verse 46, and it says that day by day, or maybe in your translation of the Bible, it says, "And every day they met in the temple together." And so there was this idea of consistency. There's this consistency that played a role into the building of the community that we know as the church, right? So there was commitment, and then there was consistency. Now, if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Mike, I don't feel like I have a lot of community around," well, I would actually go back to these 2 foundational things, and I would say, okay, let's do this. Let's get a group of people together, and commit to one another in meeting consistently once a week. How does that sound? And they're like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And so the first meeting comes up the next week, and I give this person a call, and I say, "Hey, we got our meeting, let's go. We're committed to this." And they say, like, "I'm just not feeling it right now, and I think I'm just gonna stay home and play, on my Xbox One or something like that." And I say, "But you committed to this, right? You're not gonna experience community just sitting there with your Xbox One. You're going to experience community with your Xbox, and 1 stands for one as in you, being the loner with your Xbox, right? Get out here, you're committed to people, and let's do it every week, right?" And so commitment and consistency are just foundational to the building of community, right? And so here's a few discussion questions for you guys. As you read through this passage, Acts 2, 42 through 47, what's something that sticks out to you? Maybe it's not the devotion or the consistency. Maybe it's something else. Second question, have you ever experienced just the what comes of commitment and consistency in the building of community, and even experiencing unity as a result of commitment and consistency. So maybe you've experienced this through a sports team. Maybe you've experienced it in a missions trip or something like that with your team together. So share about that if you've ever experienced just what comes about as a result of commitment and consistency to one another, and to the word, to prayer, and to eating together. Okay. And then lastly, if this wasn't answered in the second question, where do you see this commitment and this consistency happening in your life right now, in terms of your spiritual lives? Where do you see it happening right now for you guys? All right. So that's an example of just a quick Devo that you upload to the collective. And I'm going to show you what to do after you're done with it, right? So you save it to wherever your video is saved, and you download the Box app. Okay, and I'm going to show you really quick what that looks like. So you can see right here, there's the Box app. Okay, and then it'll ask you to log in. And we have a shared username, okay, and it's ESGV College at gmail.com, and the password is he greater than I 22. Not he is greater, but he greater than I 22. I hope I typed it in correctly. Sweet, so to log you in, there's the college ministry folder, and all you got to do is there's a little plus sign down here, and you choose from your library or wherever you store your videos. You select your video, and let me see. Maybe here's my video, and then I select upload, and then it'll start uploading. Okay, and then I think you just want to make sure you're connected to the Wi-Fi, but there's a little cloud sign up in the corner. That'll show you what the progress is. Okay, just make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi, because sometimes the videos might be a little bit larger. The goal is to have a video that's maybe like 2 to 3 minutes max. Okay, it doesn't have to be super long. All right, so that's just kind of an example of how we do it. All right, I'm excited to embark on this journey of the Devo Collective together, and this is something that everybody can participate in, whether you're like Brandon Lou out in New York, or you're in Nebraska with Matt and Ben, or up north with the Cal kids down at UCSD, wherever you're at. We want to know what the Lord's teaching you guys, and we want to learn together, right? This is another way that we can just commit and meet consistently together, even if virtual, right? And so, yeah, I would just love to see everybody participate, and hopefully we can just develop this devotional collective. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye.